The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden hue over the rugged mountains as Tom set out for his afternoon walk. He loved the tranquility of nature, the way the crisp air filled his lungs, and the sound of leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. Today, he decided to explore a new trail that wound through the dense forest, leading to a breathtaking overlook he had heard about from a friend. As he walked, Tom marveled at the beauty surrounding him, the towering pines, the vibrant wildflowers, and the distant sound of a babbling brook. He felt a sense of peace wash over him, a welcome escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. However, as he ventured deeper into the woods, he noticed something unusual on the ground ahead. Curiosity piqued, Tom approached cautiously. As he drew closer, his heart sank. There, lying helplessly on the forest floor, was a majestic eagle. Its powerful wings were spread awkwardly, and one wing hung at an unnatural angle. The eagle's sharp eyes, usually filled with fierce determination, were now clouded with pain and fear. Tom's instincts kicked in. He knew he had to help this magnificent creature. He carefully knelt beside the eagle, speaking softly to reassure it. "Hey there, buddy. I'm here to help you," he said, his voice gentle and soothing. The eagle flinched at first but seemed to sense Tom's calm demeanor. With great care, Tom reached out and wrapped the eagle in his jacket, cradling it against his chest. He could feel the warmth of its body, and despite its injuries, he marveled at the strength and beauty of the bird. "I'll get you to safety," he promised, his heart racing with a mix of concern and determination. Tom made his way back to his car, the eagle nestled securely in his arms. He drove to the nearest veterinary clinic, his mind racing with thoughts of how to help the injured bird. Upon arrival, he rushed inside, explaining the situation to the staff. They quickly took the eagle from him, and Tom felt a sense of relief wash over him as he watched the veterinarians assess the bird's injuries. Hours passed, and Tom anxiously waited for news. Finally, the head veterinarian emerged, a reassuring smile on her face. "The eagle has a broken wing, but we can treat it. With proper care, it should heal well," she said. Tom felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. He had saved this eagle, and now it had a chance at recovery. Determined to help, Tom decided to take the eagle home after its treatment. He named the bird Spirit, a fitting name for such a majestic creature. Over the next few weeks, Tom dedicated himself to nursing Spirit back to health. He created a comfortable space in his backyard, complete with a large enclosure where Spirit could rest and heal. As the days turned into weeks, Tom and Spirit developed a deep bond. Tom would spend hours sitting by the enclosure, talking to Spirit and sharing stories of his life. He marveled at the eagle's striking features, the sharp beak, the piercing eyes, and the intricate patterns of its feathers. Spirit, in turn, seemed to recognize Tom's presence, often following him with its gaze and responding to his voice. Tom felt a sense of fulfillment in caring for Spirit. He researched the best ways to help the eagle recover, ensuring it received the right nutrition and care. He even learned how to mimic the sounds of other eagles, hoping to communicate with Spirit in a way that felt natural to it. As Spirit's strength returned, Tom began to let it out of the enclosure for short periods. He would stand in the yard, watching in awe as Spirit spread its wings and took to the sky, soaring gracefully above the trees. Each flight was a reminder of the eagle's resilience and the bond they had formed. Little did Tom know that their connection would soon be put to the ultimate test. One fateful day, while hiking near a cliff, he would find himself in a perilous situation, and Spirit would prove to be more than just a companion. It would become his guardian angel. As the weeks passed, Tom and Spirit's bond deepened, transforming from mere caretaker and patient into something more profound, a partnership forged in trust and mutual respect. Each day, Tom would rise early, eager to check on Spirit and ensure that the eagle was thriving. He would prepare a hearty breakfast of fresh meat, carefully cutting it into manageable pieces, and watch as Spirit devoured the food with a fierce appetite. Tom often found himself lost in thought as he observed Spirit. The eagle had a regal presence, and Tom admired its strength and grace. He would sit for hours in the backyard, sketching Spirit in his notebook, capturing the intricate details of its feathers and the intensity of its gaze. It was during these quiet moments that he felt a sense of peace, as if the world outside faded away, leaving only him and the magnificent creature before him. One sunny afternoon, Tom decided to take Spirit out for a short flight. He had been waiting for the right moment, and today felt perfect. He carefully secured a lightweight harness around Spirit's body, ensuring it was comfortable yet secure. With a mix of excitement and nervousness, he opened the enclosure and stepped back, allowing Spirit to stretch its wings. At first, Spirit hesitated, looking around as if assessing the situation. Tom held his breath, hoping that the bond they had formed would encourage the eagle to trust him. "It's okay, Spirit. You can do this," he encouraged softly. After a moment, the eagle took a tentative step forward, then suddenly launched into the air, soaring high above the yard. Tom watched in awe as Spirit glided effortlessly, the sunlight glinting off its feathers. It circled above him, calling out with a series of sharp, piercing cries that echoed through the neighborhood. Tom felt a rush of pride. This was a moment of freedom for Spirit, a testament to its recovery and resilience. As the days turned into weeks, Tom continued to take Spirit out for short flights, gradually increasing the distance. He would walk through the nearby woods, calling Spirit to him, and the eagle would respond, swooping down to land gracefully on his arm. Their connection grew stronger with each flight, and Tom felt a sense of fulfillment in watching Spirit reclaim its strength and independence. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Tom sat on his porch, reflecting on the journey they had taken together. Spirit perched nearby, preening its feathers, and Tom couldn't help but smile. "You've come so far, my friend," he said, his voice filled with warmth. "I'm so proud of you." But as the days turned into weeks, Tom began to notice something unusual. Spirit seemed restless, often gazing toward the horizon as if sensing something beyond the trees. Tom couldn't quite put his finger on it, but he felt a shift in the air, a sense of impending change. One crisp autumn morning, Tom decided to take a longer hike along the cliffs that overlooked the valley. He had been looking forward to this adventure, eager to explore the breathtaking views and enjoy the beauty of nature. He packed a small backpack with water, snacks, and a first aid kit, ensuring he was prepared for the day ahead. As he set out on the trail, Spirit flew overhead, gliding gracefully in the clear blue sky. Tom felt a sense of companionship as he walked, knowing that Spirit was watching over him. The trail wound through the trees, and Tom took his time, savoring the sights and sounds of the forest. After a couple of hours, he reached the cliff's edge, where the view was nothing short of spectacular. The valley below was a tapestry of vibrant colors, golden yellows, fiery reds, and deep oranges. Tom stood in awe, taking in the beauty of the landscape, feeling a sense of gratitude for the life he had built with Spirit by his side. However, as he leaned over to get a better look, he lost his footing on the loose gravel. In an instant, he felt himself slipping, the ground giving way beneath him. Panic surged through him as he tumbled down the rocky slope, his body colliding with the unforgiving terrain. He landed hard, pain radiating through his leg, and he realized he was unable to move. Disoriented and in shock, Tom tried to call out for help, but his voice was barely a whisper. He lay there, struggling to catch his breath, the world around him spinning. In that moment of despair, he felt utterly alone, the realization sinking in that he was far from any help. But above him, Spirit had been soaring high, watching the entire scene unfold. The eagle's keen eye spotted Tom's fall, and instinct kicked in. Without hesitation, Spirit swooped down, its powerful wings beating against the air as it descended toward the cliff's edge. As Spirit descended, Tom lay on the rocky ground, his heart racing with fear and pain. He could barely move, and the realization of his precarious situation weighed heavily on him. Just when he thought all hope was lost, he heard the unmistakable sound of wings beating against the wind. He looked up to see Spirit soaring above him, its silhouette framed against the bright sky. In a moment of clarity, Tom felt a surge of hope. "Spirit!" he called weakly, his voice barely rising above a whisper. The eagle circled overhead, its sharp eyes scanning the area, assessing the situation. Tom could see the intelligence and determination in Spirit's gaze, and he knew that the bond they had formed would come into play in this critical moment. Without hesitation, Spirit swooped down closer to Tom, landing on a nearby rock. The eagle let out a series of urgent calls, its voice echoing through the valley. Tom watched in awe as Spirit seemed to understand the gravity of the situation. It was as if the eagle was rallying the forces of nature to come to Tom's aid. With a fierce determination, Spirit took off again, flying back toward the trail where Tom had come from. It soared high, its wings outstretched, and began to call out loudly, its cries piercing the stillness of the forest. Tom could only hope that someone would hear Spirit's calls and follow the eagle back to him. Minutes felt like hours as Tom lay there, the pain in his leg intensifying. He closed his eyes, trying to focus on the sound of Spirit's calls, willing himself to stay conscious. Just when he thought he couldn't hold on any longer, he heard the distant sound of voices approaching. "Did you hear that?" One voice called out, echoing through the trees. "It sounds like it's coming from over there." Tom's heart raced as he recognized the sound of footsteps drawing closer. Spirit had done it. It had attracted attention. He opened his eyes and saw the eagle returning, flying back toward him with a group of hikers in tow. They followed Spirit, who landed near Tom, calling out as if to guide them. The hikers rushed to Tom's side, their faces filled with concern. "What happened?" one of them asked, kneeling beside him. "Are you okay?" "I fell," Tom managed to say, his voice strained. "I can't move my leg." The hikers quickly assessed the situation, and one of them pulled out a phone to call for medical assistance. They worked together to keep Tom calm, reassuring him that help was on the way. Spirit remained close, watching over Tom with a protective gaze, as if sensing the urgency of the moment. Within minutes, the sound of sirens filled the air, and a rescue team arrived. They carefully assessed Tom's injuries and prepared to transport him to the hospital. As they lifted him onto a stretcher, Tom looked up at Spirit, who stood nearby, its eyes locked onto his. "Thank you, Spirit," Tom whispered, tears of gratitude welling in his eyes. "You saved my life." The eagle let out a soft call, as if acknowledging Tom's words. It was a moment of profound connection, a reminder of the bond they had forged through their shared experiences. Tom knew that Spirit had not only been his companion, but had also become his guardian angel. As the rescue team carried him away, Tom glanced back at Spirit, who remained perched on the rock, watching him with unwavering loyalty. He felt a sense of peace wash over him, knowing that their journey together was far from over. They had faced adversity, and together they had triumphed. In the days that followed, Tom found himself in a hospital room, recovering from his injuries. His leg was in a cast, and he was filled with a mix of gratitude and determination. He had been given a second chance, and he was determined to make the most of it. During his recovery, Tom often thought about Spirit and the bond they shared. He knew that once he was back on his feet, he would return to the mountains and continue their adventures together. The experience had deepened his appreciation for the eagle and the wild, reminding him of the beauty of life and the importance of connection. After a week in the hospital, Tom was finally discharged. He returned home, eager to reunite with Spirit. As he stepped into the backyard, he was greeted by the sight of the eagle soaring overhead, its wings outstretched against the blue sky. Tom felt a rush of joy as Spirit landed gracefully beside him. "Hey there, buddy," Tom said, kneeling down to meet Spirit's gaze. "I missed you." Spirit responded with a soft call, nuzzling against Tom's shoulder as if to reassure him. In that moment, Tom knew that their bond had only grown stronger through the challenges they had faced together.